Hi everybody, this is Madalena, and if you are watching this, you probably already follow my blog over at madalenazampalo.com. This video is something a little bit different than what I've done before. It's basically to go along with my blog post on my review of a CRM tool called HoneyBook. You may not have heard of HoneyBook before. HoneyBook is probably something that most of us as translators and interpreters wouldn't look for our own businesses. But in 2017, I decided to look outside of our industry to find a CRM tool that could do what I really wanted it to do, which was to make my translation business stand out from others and to actually allow our clients to visually see what it's like to work with us and to get a better idea of what we do in a really professional and aesthetically pleasing way to show off our services and packages. So in walked HoneyBook, as I like to say. HoneyBook is probably one of the best tools I could have purchased from my business. I really have to say this review is clearly a positive one, but I wanted to show you today basically how we use HoneyBook every single day in my business. So what HoneyBook can do is really endless. You can start a project for your clients from the point of inquiry when they first ask you for a quote, or when they first come to you saying, hey, I might need something translated, or I might need you to interpret for my next appointment, all the way to the point of invoicing or sending payment details to a client. And it allows you to collect payments, which I will get to in just a moment. So let's take a look here. When you first log into HoneyBook, and you can see here that they've got sort of a dashboard. You can look at your projects. I don't have any new inquiries right now. We've taken care of all the inquiries that we have currently. You can hook it up to your calendar. I have not hooked mine up to Google Calendar, but you certainly can. I know a lot of people who like to do that, and it's something that will allow you to see all your projects on your calendar as well. You can record tasks that you need to do for your business, and then below you'll see bookkeeping and reports that you can export. You can really work with other people using HoneyBook too, and they don't need to have HoneyBook. So for example, if you have an accountant, you can export your accounting files. So it makes everything really streamlined and really, really easy. So let's take a look at the project pipeline is what we like to call it. This is your pipeline. You can see that we have several projects active right now. We don't have any new inquiries because we already took care of them. We followed up with everybody already. We've defined their needs, and we've sent out some proposals. So we're still waiting to hear back on these proposals right now. The ones that we have already had signed and booked, they're already in the process of being taken care of. And what you can do is scroll over and see where everything is in your pipeline as far as your projects go, and take a look and see what it is that you've got going for the day, for example. Another thing that we really love about HoneyBook is the fact that we can assign projects to people on our team. So I have a very small translation agency, and I'm also a freelance translator. I personally put all of my own freelance projects in HoneyBook. Anytime I have a client inquire, asking for a quote or hey, let's get started with this project, I put it into HoneyBook, and we also record all of the ones for my agency in here as well. So what you can see is that we are able to switch, or at least I am able to switch because I own the license to HoneyBook to my project manager, Stephanie. So my other project manager doesn't work directly on our translation projects, so she's not listed here, but Stephanie would be the one who might assign projects out to one of our contract translators, proofreaders, editors, and so forth, or an interpreter as well. And so then what I would do is I could switch and see what Stephanie sees, because Stephanie's not on all of my projects. Obviously she wouldn't be needed on my freelance projects, but she is on the agency projects that we do. And so what's really nice about this is that you can open it up and you can see from start to finish exactly how you would talk to a client about any project that you're working on. So for example, if I click on this one, you can see that Stephanie and our client Joshua were able to communicate on a proposal. So she, we just followed up on the proposal. And you can see from start to finish, like all of the communications there that take place. You can also add people to your workspaces. So if you want to add somebody to a workspace, what you would do is, let's see, go to more options. And you can create a related workspace. So what you can do is you can click client workspaces and so forth, team members workspaces, vendors, people that you might use on projects. Like let's say if you're going to assign a project to an editor that you might work with closely, you could add them in a different workspace to where they're not interacting with your client, but they are available to help you plan out the project or talk to you on the side about the project as maybe you translate it and they edit it. You can go back and forth there and send files to one another. So this is fantastic. Another thing that I really, really love about this is that you can see when a client has viewed anything that you send them, whether it be a message, whether it be, let's see if we can take a look here and see if Joshua saw this. You can see when they read it. So he didn't see this one yet, but he did see this one right there. Okay, so on August 1st, he viewed it. He viewed the proposal, and I think he's actually out on vacation right now, so we'll have to follow up with him again after he gets back and make sure that he has seen our follow-up and we can get started on his project. So that is really one of the biggest factors for us to be using HoneyBook, is that we can now see when our clients have viewed a contract, when they have viewed an invoice, when they have viewed all of our messages, when they've received the translated file packages and everything like that. So I can't say enough good things about HoneyBook, truly. It has changed the way that we do business. And then other things that you can do with HoneyBook, let's see. So you could customize here if you choose to. You could customize this pipeline to fit the way that you work best. There are a few things here you can't really change. These ones marked in green, simply because they are the default settings in HoneyBook, but you can add lots of other ones as you see fit. So let's take a look at some of the tools, because this is really where the cool stuff happens. What you can do with HoneyBook is you can create templates. This is such a time saver. We have, and this is not what our template looks like. This is just to give you an idea of what it could look like. But we have 2 invoice templates that we use. We have 5 contract templates. We have 2 proposal templates. We don't use questionnaires with our clients, but you could, and I feel like that would be a really cool thing to do. If you have new projects and new clients and you want to send them a questionnaire to get to know them better, you could do that. You would select the fields that you want to put into it and send it off to them through HoneyBook. It's very simple. We have 3 brochures that we like to use. We can put together packages for our clients. Let's take a look here at this. This is just a template. So what we do is we just take a look and we say, okay, well, we'll put the names of the documents here, the price and everything like that. And then this is just a package. We can build onto this as we go. We can delete things from the package. Really, it's quite endless. We have a contact form that we use. This is a really, really, really cool feature. I just love using this because we've been able to embed this contact form, and it's super simple to do. If I can do it, anybody can do it. In our website. So we just created this contact form by using these little drop features here. You can drop them into your contact form, and you can just ask the information that you need to ask your client. Keep it simple. Obviously, you don't want them to be, overwhelmed when they contact you for the first time. But then you would just go here to the embed code. You would copy the code to your clipboard, and you would just insert that on the page of your website where you want the form to go. The nice thing about this is that anytime somebody fills out one of these forms, you get an email notification that you have a new inquiry, and it puts that new inquiry into your project pipeline back here at the beginning. Okay, so you'll see like a 1 with an inquiry. That's somebody that's filled out the form on your website. So the possibilities here are endless. If we want to go and take a look at our reports, we can do that and export any of those. We can add tasks to do. So you can keep this not only as a customer relationship management tool, but you can also sort of use it as a daily task list. As I said, you can hook it up to your calendar if you choose to. You can export your bookkeeping for your bookkeeper. create your contact form, which I just talked about. And this is a new feature with HoneyBook, and you can track your time on a project. This is very interesting for those of us who work maybe by the hour, perhaps, or want to know how many hours we're spending on a project so that we can then see how much we earned per hour, if that's, an interesting concept to you. I would suggest trying out the time tracker with HoneyBook. And another thing that I truly love is the fact that I can change, let's go back to templates for a second. I can change, let's see, let's move this up a little bit so that you can see it better. I can change my signature. And as you know, if you've read my blog for any amount of time, I am extremely enthusiastic about changing your signature from time to time. I'm not saying, put any false information in there, but definitely you want to update it from time to time to put information that might be of interest to your clients or, potential clients. If you're giving a workshop or a webinar, you could put a link to that for people to sign up. If you want people to sign up for your newsletter, you could put a link to that in there. I like to put when I'm going to be out of the office so that people know, during these dates coming up, I will not be around. Actually, I should probably delete this one because this date has already passed. And you'll see that all the changes get saved automatically. You don't have to do anything else. Just wait for it to save on its own automatically. And then another thing that I really, really love is that you can create templates for emails. This is such a time saver. We have 41 templates for emails. Whoops. Let's go back to that real quick. There, I want to show you what I have here. These are the templates we've created. We have a 3-day file reminder if somebody hasn't viewed a file, like an invoice or a contract. We send this out and it's automated, so we don't have to write the whole email again. We would just change different things in this email in order to fit the project and just send it off. We have a questionnaire follow-up. We have an agreement, a brochure. These are all templates that go with the files we've created. So the agreement would be like our proposal. I'd like to share a service agreement with you. Follow the link below and you'll be able to review and sign the agreement online. It goes from start to finish. I mean, there are so many different things. There's a quote attached for the client. We could say, we also have emails here to go out to our contractors. So if you work with an editor, for example, on your projects, or if you contract people, you could use this simply to just send off projects to people and see if they're interested in working on them. Let them take a look at the files, and then you'll have that workspace created with them already, so you're ready to get started as soon as the client agrees to start the project. But one other thing that I really, really love is the fact that once we started using HoneyBook to send out our invoices, our clients were not only paying faster, but a lot of them were paying before the project even started. So as soon as they sign the contract, they have the option to go ahead and pay the invoice. We've been making our cash flow better just from having started using HoneyBook. So as any business owner knows, whether you're a solopreneur or you have a small, agency or something like me, cash flow is really, really, really important. So I would say that just this feature is enough reason to sign on to HoneyBook. One thing I want to mention is that once you buy the HoneyBook license, if you choose to try it out for free, or if you choose to purchase for the first year at 50% off, and I'll include a link in the notes here below that you can do that and sign up for 50% off the first year, or just try it out if you like. Once you do that, your license is good for anybody else you want to add to your team. So if you want to add, let's say, an editor on, I keep using, editor as an example, but you could have a plethora of different people you add to your workflows and projects, and you do not have to pay for extra licenses for them. So that is really a huge and a cool feature because you're just paying once and it's really not that much. It's not that expensive at all. This tool certainly pays for itself every month in no time. You'll see also that you can add, if you choose, to put this app on your iPhone. I think the people over at HoneyBook have told me that they're working on adding this for Android. But as of right now, they only have it for iPhone, and I can tell you that having it on the app and being able to answer a client or send a file or a contract or an invoice from the app on the phone is a lifesaver because you don't have to always be connected to your computer. So if I were you, I would definitely try to give this a try. It's something that others in our industry are not doing yet. And I would love to see more people using HoneyBook in our industry because it really allows you to stand out. I can give you a little bit of a look at our library, what we use in our library. All of these images are our branded images that we use both on our website and in the files that we send to clients. They've got, our logo, and they've got different things that a client might find, unusual to see from in a contract that they get from a translation provider. And it just shows a little bit more of what we do. It kind of spruces up your proposals, and it spruces up your invoices. And you would put these, into your templates, and then they would show up automatically whenever you are ready to send an invoice or a contract proposal. You would go ahead and just use the template. This is already set up for you. Whatever image you've chosen is at the top, and you can just send it off, and it looks really sharp, truly. We get a lot of compliments on the way that our documents stand out from others in our industry. People just really have a better feel for what it's like to work with us. So I would say that is also a huge plus. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment below or a comment on the blog post that this accompanies. I'll put all the links in the notes below the video, but I just wanted to share this with you and to give you my honest review about using HoneyBook. I've used it for over a year now, and I can tell you it is one of the best investments we have made to date, and we will continue to use it on a daily basis. I just want to share with all of you the good things that we have gotten out of using it. And I hope that you'll give it a try because I really think that the user-friendliness of it and the attractiveness of it allows you to stand out and to keep everything super organized without having to deal with, Excel sheets and emails and all sorts of ways of trying to keep track of things and invoicing. You can do everything in an automated way. So thanks for listening, and I will talk to you all soon.